All right, here's your video that you've been asking for 3 years. So a couple things that we do on the ground is, I think it's really important to keep his emotional fitness as well as his physical fitness. So he's a little lazy because he's a fur ball and it's like 65 degrees. We're up from 6 degrees to 65. So anyway, so I always just start out with the rope halter, and so I'm just going to do a couple things that we do. So we'll warm him up. We're starting the video from scratch. Okay. Okay, walk. So he's learned to trot just off the lead, so off of a feel, because that's the positive pressure we want to reinforce. And he changes direction, so this might catch you off guard. So if I look at his hind end, that he disengages his hind end, and he's supposed to hide it completely from me. There, it's hidden. Then the change of direction, I'll have him back up 1 or 2 steps so that I can get the shoulder to move off. That wasn't very good, but trot. So he starts out pretty lazy. We'll get him up here a little bit. I just want to, come on. So I don't use lunging necessarily as a lunging. The most important thing is what we just got there was a blowout. Okay, walk. And again, when I put pressure on the hind end, he's supposed to hide it from me. Oh, now he can come in or not come in. Okay. Now, one of the things that Primo was really upset about was he was upset about the whip, and it's taken us a long time to get him to relax about it so that he understands it's not a torture device but rather an extension of my arm. Okay, trot. And so I know what you'll like to see is a lot more engagement behind, so let's see if we can get some. Come on. I haven't worked him in side reins. He gets angry. And like I said, I think it's a balance between emotional fitness and physical fitness. So I'm going to just show you a couple of the things that we work on. Very good. See, to me, that tells me my horse is emotionally fit. Okay, now I want to connect him. You can hear, right? Yeah. Okay, now I want to connect him. Good boy. And I'm not going to give you a crash course, but a couple of the things, and I'll send you the 7 games videos because that's just kind of what we've done. So we have the yo-yo game. And so that's just following a feel. And I feel like it really helps communicate to the horse and get the horse connected. So I'll show you a couple of the few little things I do to get him connected to me mentally. And we're going to let you do all the wonderful conditioning stuff. Okay, trot, trot, trot. Come on, get up there. Trot, trot. This is a falling leaf pattern. But see, if you see, he has to, it really gets them connected. So it's important that I have his brain. He's still, trust me, he's not always this calm. Come on. Come on. So these are just a couple of the little exercises. Trot. Trot. He gets really worried down here because there's a cow and sheep over the wall, and there's ice against the wall, but I'll let him go see it. Go see it. Come on. Try not to make too big a deal about it, but I think it's important that he checks on the sheep and the cow. I'm going to build this wall up because now people live in this house and they love to open the window and throw things at him. All right. Okay, that's good. So one of the other things, Primo's not super claustrophobic, but he does get a little claustrophobic. So that's one of the things we'll work on. So I'm gonna squeeze him against this wall. Oh, kind of move in, do some pressure. See, he can still get out, but he can also, so it's not a matter of dealing with it, it's just a matter of him trusting. All right, let's go, let's try canter. Let me canter him and then we'll do a couple other little easy things. Come on, come on, lazy. Come on. Come on. Trot, trot, trot. Canter, canter. Come on. Canter. Come on. Canter. This way is his hard way. Go this way. Let's see if we can get his energy up a little bit. Okay, canter, canter. Come on. Canter. Ah. Canter. I know I'm being bad because I'm moving around. I'll try to keep my feet still. Canter. 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 Back. Let's go that way. Oh, sorry. Okay, trot. Trot. So I try to lead him into the gate. It's just a natural horsemanship thing that horses follow the feel. So I try to lead him into the gate. If not, he doesn't get nearly as mad as he used to when we touch him. Come on, come on. Okay, trot. Now I know you'll do a little more stuff on the circle. So here's an interesting one. Come on, trot. So I want him to stretch his back up a little, but I also want him to engage at hind end. My timing's not very good. Come on, come on, come on. No, it's trot. 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 But I do like that is, there you go, good boy. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good horse. He's a very good horse. I let him scratch. You know, not all the time, but Linda believes that's adrenaline. And if they don't get it, they move adrenaline off their face, and you tell by the lick and chew. And you'll notice after he scratches, within 5 or 10 steps, there's a nice big blow. So I think there's something to it. You decide what you want. Trot, trot. And up there. See, it just releases, I think it releases the adrenaline. I really believe that. I think they're right about that. Trot. Come on. Trot. Trot. Okay, walk. I'll show you a couple other little things that are fun to do. So this is kind of work Mr. Primo does. So this is one of the other games, sideways. And I know I'm a lot steeper than normal, but but that is part of the exercise. So then I'll try and do a little shoulder out and just trot. So we get a little bit of a driving. Come on, trot. But I want him to listen to my energy. That wasn't a very good one. And so I think Lalonde's done a good point of where we put pressure on the horse, that the horse is yielding to the pressure. Okay. Come on. Trot. Trot. I'd like him to be a little more responsive right now to me. Trot. Ah. Trot. Come on. Again. You can look, but you don't need to worry. Okay. Let's trot. There you go. Good boy. Okay, walk. And then I guess the whole idea behind connecting your horse to you is to pretend I don't have a rope and have my little guy follow me and chew on his rope, which I don't mind. I think horses are oral. He's definitely oral. I'm an ex-smoker, and sometimes it just helps to have a little oral fixation. But this is going to be really weird compared to what you do, but I've been pretty happy with keeping this guy connected and calm. So I think it's important. And hopefully I'm not goofing you up too much. Oh, you're too far away from the stand. You gotta come over. You gotta come over. Yeah, come on. That's cool.
What a good boy.
Isn't that cool? I love that. So we got him to stand at the stand and come to the stand.
Carefully. It's not. Good boy.
No. Anyway, that's our circus trick for the day. Yeah, he's a very special boy. I know Catherine's got some food. Okay, so a couple things that are interesting that I think I wouldn't call struggling with, but so he's kind of funny about the bit, you know, in the beginning. I mean, I want him to accept the contact, but he's either all or nothing. He's being pretty good here. So sometimes I just start out and ask for contact, then I do some loose rein walk, and I try to get him to move over his back, so I'll be better about that here in a second. Oh, gotta look at the sheep. Come on. Nope, get over it. So I won't do 10 minutes of walk today, but I do 10 minutes of walk, and or 5 to 10 minutes of walking. And then part of my other thing is I really want to get him connected to my seat. It's helped both of us to be very clear about where we're going. So I know I look like a cowboy. You just wanted to see what I do with him. But I feel like it's important that, I know this is a little crude, but he does listen pretty good to the seat. Walk on. It's okay. Oh, just walk. Okay. You can see here, I've been trying to keep the same rhythm and pick up the reins, but there's still a little anxiety about when I pick up those reins. I guess they all have a little bit of that, but I'd like to smooth that out so that our cadence doesn't change. Stop it. Get up there. Get up there. Go for a little warm up. Come on. This is my warm up. Come on. Sit my butt down and hold it there. Hold my gut in. Come on. That's fine. Come on. There we go. Good boy. So I've been really trying to focus on not using my hands other than to collect the energy and keep a soft feel. It's very hard to do. He's started a new little fun trick where he wants to scratch, and I won't let him. He can scratch when I allow, not when he wants. Which would be the reason why you probably don't let horses do that very often. Pretty lazy today. I'm gonna canter him, see if we can get some life into him a little bit. It's all right. Maybe you can work on a stop. No. No. There you go. Come on. We'll try some walk canters, but they haven't been perfect. So need help there. Oh, stop. Okay, let's go. So, you want to run? We'll run. I've gotten a little more confident that when he spooks rather than stop, let's go. Let's go. You want to go? We'll go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Good. All right, there's our energy. Come on. I'm gonna try little haunches in here. I'll try walk from the other direction. Been working on this just kind of engages hind end. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. You're all right. There's dump trucks, sheep, cows, everything over that wall, so some days are better than others. Oh, sorry. My bad. So our shoulder ends, okay? Our shoulder ends and haunches in are not great. That's where I need help. All right. It's all right. You're all right. You're all right. I've been trying really hard to keep the walk so we get over his back. And I'm gonna trust him here. Come on. Walk on. He's got such a killer walk, I don't want to ever choke that. There we go. Okay, now you can do a scratch. Now you can do a scratch. So I'll show you a little bit of how I've been working on the shoulder and I'm struggling with it. I mean, I can do it, but I want to do it the classical way where the rhythm and the tempo stay the same. So I've been doing a little bit of the Invicklin exercise, but you can see the tempo changes. Come on. So when we get stuck, I try to move out of it. Come on. But definitely not quite sure how to teach that, correctly. I mean, I can get him to do it, but I think we want to keep the tempo and the rhythm, right? Still a little over in the throat latch at the walk, which is interesting. And this shoulder's really hard. I try to ride him in shoulder 4 this way, but you'd pointed that out. He doesn't like to take that right rein. Come on. Okay. So we're stuck. we're stuck there. And he's pretty good, you know, with the leg yield, so let's go. He's very lazy today, so hopefully he'll have a little more energy for you. Come on. Oh, stop it. But the fun part is you can get some good extensions out. So Luan had him do a haunches in here, and then a little tiny bit of a half pass, then a extension. They can't do that very good. Get up there. Come on. Well, we've definitely got him relaxed. So a couple things I do like is he's got a really nice feel right now in his mouth. But I think he's ready to have his frame a little more collected. I just don't want to force it. So I'm trying to do what I know, which is in for the collection. So I'm stuck there too. So it'll be fun to work with you about how we develop the collection without force and let the exercise do that. But I really like how he's in my hands, and he's gotten a whole lot better on that right rein. Anyway, so not impressive, but let you know what we've been doing. Even with the dump truck going off next door. Good boy. All right. So this is what's interesting, is that he always has more foam on the right side of his mouth than he does the left side of his mouth, you know, which tells me that he's a little uncomfortable, and you pointed that out with the right rein. But he's doing better about accepting the contact. I mean, you know, he's accepting it without going so much behind the vertical, except the walk's not as good. But